Justin Trudeau's inaugural speech to the UN. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. Well, the reviews are in, and Liberals and Conservatives I've been speaking to agree. Justin Trudeau's first speech to the UN General Assembly was filled with nothing but platitudes.
A fair and successful world is a peaceful one. We need to focus on what brings us together, not on what divides us. In Canada, we see diversity as a source of strength, not weakness. Our country is strong not in spite of our differences, but because of them. What matters is that we learn from our mistakes and recommit ourselves to doing better. We need to choose hope over fear, diversity over division. We need to do this all together. But we're Canadian, and we're here to help.
Listening to the speech, you can imagine a young staffer sitting at her desk just staring at inspirational quotes on Pinterest and Instagram, then putting them into a collage, turning it into a speech with a few key words added and saying, "Here you go, boss. Here's the speech. They'll love it." And if you listen to Liberals, they did love it. I mean, the audience even applauded. Of course, as one reporter pointed out, they wrote that applause line in. It says right there, see, applause. And Trudeau waited, and he got the applause. Liberals will tell you that Canada's back, that unlike Stephen Harper, who used to go and get no one showing up, people loved Trudeau. Check out Gerald Butts in his tweet from last year when Stephen Harper went to go address the UN General Assembly. He said, "Canada's reputation in the world has never been stronger," says Harper. "Here's the great statesman at the UN." Bit of an empty hall, right? Well, what's it look like when Trudeau was there? Let's look at some of the same types of photos. David Aikens posted many of them online. And guess what? It's an empty hall. Just like it always is for Canadian prime ministers. There's one guy that fills the place, and that's the US president. Other than that, you tend to get half-empty halls regardless of which world leader. Britain's prime minister spoke not long before Trudeau. Guess what? Bit of an empty hall. But Liberals were always criticizing Harper for not drawing big crowds, and now they want you to believe that everything was wonderful. I'd say no. Even the video evidence points to that. Look at this one woman. She's getting up and walking out. If that happened on Stephen Harper's watch, you know that Liberals would be screaming about it. And then look at this man. He looks absolutely bored listening to Justin Trudeau give his speech with his dripping, overly dramatic, "I'm telling you a story" and moral preening. It was difficult to listen to. There wasn't much in the way of substance there. Not in the way that you would have heard from Stephen Harper, but that is Trudeau's style. As John Ivison said, Obama and Trudeau essentially gave the same speech. If we were all nicer to each other, less bad things would happen in the world. That's not reality. That's how you speak to kindergarten children. But maybe that's Trudeau's real audience. Maybe that's what he wants to do. Maybe that is what he should be doing, motivational speaking across the country. One thing he shouldn't be doing is pretending to be a statesman on the world stage, because at the UN, he proved he's definitely not that.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.